What's up guys, I'm TheStradman. Now let's cut to the chase. How much does it cost to daily drive a Lamborghini? Now this is a 2006 Lamborghini Gallardo. It's fitted with a 5-liter V10 that produces 520 horsepower. Now I was extremely lucky to find my Gallardo with the elusive 6-speed manual transmission. Roughly 15% of Gallardos are fitted with the 6-speed, the other 85 are fitted with the E-gear semi-automatic transmission. It's actually pretty crazy. Lamborghini does not even offer the manual transmission on the newer models, the Lamborghini Huracan and the Lamborghini Aventador. So this is sort of the last of the kind. Now I bought this car on September the 26th, 2015. Today is April 11th, 2016. That means I've owned this car for 199 days. Now when I bought this car, it only had 9,550 miles. It's a 2006. It was 10 years old when I bought it. Single owner car. That means the original owner put less than 1,000 miles on it per year. Now, as of today, April the 11th, this car now has 17,517 miles. That means that I have driven this car a total of 7,967 miles over the course of that 199 days. Now, if we do a little bit of some quick math, that is an average of 40.04 miles per day during the time that I've owned this car. Now to really calculate the running costs on this Lamborghini, there's a ton of things to consider. So first I'm going to talk about purchase price. Now no, that does not have to do with running costs, but I want to talk about it, so we're going to. Also, I want to talk about insurance, I'm going to talk about gas, I'm going to talk about basic maintenance, and then I'm also going to talk big picture, some of the big ticket items that could go wrong on this car while owning it. For example, if I was to blow the engine on this car, I'm looking at about 50 grand to replace it. That would include all labor and material cost. All right, so let's talk purchase price. Now I've avoided this question for so long, but here it is. I paid $110,000 for this car. Now I know there's gonna be the one side that tells me I'm a complete idiot. I paid way too much for this car. I'm a moron. That's why I lost my job. Also, there's a big difference between being laid off and being fired, just so you guys know. Then there's gonna be the educated side, the side that understands a 2006 Lamborghini Gallardo with a 6-speed manual transmission finished in orange, a single owner car with under 10,000 miles for $110,000 that I bought at an authorized Lamborghini dealership, that they put brand new tires on the car, they did the full annual servicing on the car. They'll understand $110,000 is a fantastic deal. Now, if you're looking for a first-gen Gallardo, prices range anywhere from about $80,000 to $130,000. Now there's a ton of different things that change the price of a car. The E-gear transmission is generally going to be cheaper than the 6-speed manual. Also 2004 versus 2008, there's going to be a price difference there as well. Finding a first-gen Gallardo with under 10,000 miles is pretty rare, so there's going to be a price premium on that as well. As far as the colors, Verde Ithaca, which is the lime green, that's the color that generally is the most valuable. Orange, I would say, is number 2. Some people might disagree. I'm not going to say the Italian name of the color because you guys will make fun of me. I can't pronounce it. Yeah, so I paid $110,000, but you can get a first gen anywhere from $80,000 to about $130,000. So insurance is going to vary a ton based on where you live, your age, and of course your driving record. Now, I pay $148.67 to insure my car on a monthly basis. Thankfully, I've never been in a car accident and I don't have a speeding ticket on my record, at least not yet. So unsurprisingly, V10 Lamborghini, it doesn't get very good fuel economy. So I've averaged 14.7 miles per gallon over the course of the 7,967 miles that I've driven this car. I'm going to assume that I've paid roughly $2.50 per gallon on average. That equates to $1,354 that I've spent on fuel. Divide that by the 199 days, that equals $6.80 per day that I've paid on fuel. That's a cheeseburger at Five Guys right there. Doesn't include the fries. The fries are very good, but they are a little bit pricey. Dun dun dun! Cold, hard service records. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what I've spent on this car to the penny. So last week I went up to make some models. I had the annual servicing done on the car. Let's see. They completed an engine oil and filter change, engine air filter change, cabin pollen filter change, spark plugs, brake flush, and just a general service inspection. So just labor on that was $1,326.54. For the parts, the engine air filter, there's 2 of those. That totaled $162.78. The cabin air filter was $49.50. The spark plugs, 10 of those of course, $347.60. The engine oil filter, $66.99. The oil drain plug gasket, $1.64, not bad. The Castrol synthetic 5W40 full synthetic engine oil, 10 quarts of that, $90 total. And then the brake flush is separated, parts and labor, $249.95. So I had a sensor go out on this car for the brake wear warning. They replaced that as well. Labor, $81. The repair wire set was $11. The wire connector was $1.50. General shop supplies of $19.95. Complimentary Porsche Panamera loaner vehicle. That baby was free. Sales tax, $164.98 for a grand total of $2,573.43. So that is for the annual servicing on this car. You have to do that every 7,500 miles or once per year. Seeing how things go, I might be doing that here in a couple months again. I guess we'll find out. So here's an odd random fact for you. The Lamborghini Gas Cap looks really cool. This baby is $600 if I lose it. $600 for a gas cap. So while the car was up at Makes and Models, they did a general service inspection report, and it did very well, very, very well. You know, they checked, obviously the fluids and filters, that's what they did. You know, the suspension, the steering, exhaust, transmission, windshield, electrical, all passed. The tires are in excellent shape. Those are all good. The battery is in good shape. The brakes are the one thing, they're still in good shape. So generally the pads are about 12 millimeters thick. On the front, my pads are at 8 millimeters. On the back, they're at 7 millimeters. Now talking with the guys there, at about 3 to 4 millimeters is when they'll need to be replaced. Now the car is 17,500 miles. That means that roughly 34 to 35,000 miles I'll have to replace them. Now to replace all 4 pads, all 4 rotors, that's gonna be about $3,000. So Lamborghini Newport Beach, they hooked me up. They put a brand new set of Pirelli P0 tires on the car when I picked her up. Now when it comes time to replace them, so the front tires, they're 235 millimeters wide. It's gonna be about 223 bucks each. The rear tires, they're quite a bit wider, 295 millimeters. Those are $394 each. After they're mounted, balanced, I'm gonna say about 1,500 bucks out the door. As far as longevity, you know, that's gonna of course depend on your driving style. Doing donuts in the parking lot, it's probably not gonna help, but they generally last for 10 to 15,000 miles. The car is all-wheel drive, so you have to replace all 4 tires at the same time. Now, if you followed my channel for a while, you'll know that yes, I drive this car in the snow. It's absolutely incredibly fantastic in the snow. I have a set of Pirelli Soto Zero winter tires. Now, Envision Wraps down in Salt Lake City, they got me a huge discount. They found a set of used winter tires that had about 1,500 miles on them. I got them for 700 bucks. Got them mounted, balanced. I had my summer tires stored down there, $903.10 out the door. The cool thing about getting those tires, my summer tires that are on the car, I just got them mounted a few days ago. They are in fantastic shape and have tons of life left in them. Ah, yes, the famous clutch on the Lamborghini Gallardo. Now, I've read some pretty outrageous comments on YouTube from you guys suggesting it's $15,000 to $20,000 to replace it. Now, if I was to take the car to a reputable independent shop, $6,000 to $8,000, parts and labor out the door. Authorized Lamborghini dealership is going to be about $8,000 to $10,000. Now, as far as clutch life, you know, there's a ton of reasons I got the 6-speed manual. One of them is that the clutch can last a lot longer than the E-gear, the semi-automatic transmission that has the paddle shifters up here. I've read some horror stories of guys with the E-gears that have have bought a brand new Gallardo and had to replace the clutch within 5,000 miles. On the flip side, I know of guys that have 6 speeds that are still on their original clutch with 30, 40,000 miles on them. So clutch life, you know, I can't stress enough. Clutch life is heavily dependent on your driving style. I mean, if you're sitting in, you know, stop and go traffic all day long, your clutch isn't going to last very long. Whereas if you're on the highway all the time, I mean, theoretically you could go forever. Not really, but you could drive a long time on an original clutch. As far as my driving style, you know, I do a lot of highway driving. You know, I have a donut or two mixed in. I have 17,500 miles. Clutch still feels strong. I absolutely love the 6-speed manual. One of the other reasons I got the 6-speed is the E-gear. I don't know exactly how to explain the mechanism, but it has this shift actuator that can go bad. It's not super common, but it's not super rare. If that actuator needs replaced, it's $15,000. Luckily for me, I don't have one of those. I just have your standard 6-speed manual transmission. So we've talked in depth on the running costs associated with the Lamborghini Gallardo. Let's crunch some numbers. Let's add it all up. So these are the expenses, the out-of-pocket expenses where cash has actually left my wallet to pay for something while owning this car. Insurance, $148.67 per month. Do some quick math, 199 days, that totals $972.66. Fuel expenses, I've driven the car 7,967 miles for a grand total of $1,354 spent on gas. Maintenance, $2,573.43. I bought the winter tires. I had them mounted, balanced. I had the summer tires stored, the summer tires remounted, rebalanced for a grand total of $1,106.20 for a grand total out-of-pocket expense of $6,006.29. 199 days, that is an average of $30.18 per day. Now, of course, that is just out-of-pocket expenses. There's, of course, been wear and tear on a ton of the other components on the car. You know, the clutch, the brakes, the summer tires, items I haven't had to replace yet that I will have to in the future, but I've got some use out of them already. So $6,000, 8,000 miles, absolutely love this car. The last expense I want to talk about is depreciation. $110,000 for a 2006 Gallardo, 17,000 miles now on it. I can still sell this car for $110,000. If you guys don't believe me, go online, find an 06 Gallardo in orange, 17,000 miles, see what they're asking. Since my recent layoff, I've actually had people contact me. I've had 3 different people contacting me asking if my Gallardo is for sale. It's not. I've had people offer more than $110,000. That's how I know it's worth more than what I paid for it. The car's not going anywhere. Yeah, I love it. Can't wait to see what happens. I'm gonna make another one of these videos, try to update you guys, you know, every 6 months or so. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep it, but I'm gonna keep it for a while, that's for sure. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. There should be tons of more videos here in the future. I have lots of free time, so that's why there's been the influx. Hope you'll subscribe to watch those. I'll talk with you soon. Bye. What, you guys think I was going to forget the camera? Dun dun dun! Well, my heart is pounding. The owner of this car, Chris, has graciously offered to let me drive the car. My hands are sweating. This thing is so intimidating. This is going to be incredible. Let's go.